I think the appeal of Café Terracotta starts with the historic Victorian home that we have here. Just the charm that it brings. You can switch the same concept into a new modern building, but you can't beat the history that this place comes with.
Charles Littleton was one of the kind of founding fathers of Littleton, one of the first mayors here. He and his family moved here turn of the 20th century, and he raised his family here. Some dishes paid homage to him with the Littleton special. A Littleton family, they kind of did all the renovations and opened up the entire back, and obviously outfitted to be a restaurant. So it is a historic building in Littleton, and yeah, it's cool that they've kept some of the heritage, some of the things. If you see on the wall, you can kind of see the fading of the stairway going up. Table 30, which is a booth in the back, was the old parlor where Charles Littleton and his buddies would smoke cigars and play cards. So it's cool that we've kind of kept some of the history while obviously making it a full functioning restaurant 100 years later. I grew up on an onion farm about 60 miles north of Denver, and so my family is still in agriculture. When my wife and our daughters go up to my parents' house, it's out to the farm and through the cornfields and everything. So that movement's, I know it's a huge trend right now, but it's always kind of been the way that I grew up. Of literally, we go pick things from our farm and take them to the tables. Closest family friends is the Leffler family, still up in northern Colorado, and they do a big, all the farmers markets in Denver, and then also crop share with several restaurants. And so they'll just shoot me a text or give me a call like on a Tuesday saying, here's what's in season. And so we'll run with that week, and hopefully the chefs will get some inspiration of how to make that into a special, or we'll just have seasonal veg.
Helps us, stay local in a way where a lot of people here in Colorado, a lot of our customers are very, Colorado-based, Colorado, everything, and it's a good culture that in the past few years I think we have built here in Colorado.
They wanted to know, hey, the spice shop is right there. I can go and get that same dry rub that they put on the tenderloin, or hey, they use the white truffle oil in their macaroni and cheese. I can go get that. And so it kind of ties them into what we're doing here.
All that just plays out into making a great dish, because that's all you're thinking about. It's like when you're in love, with someone else, and when that's what you're thinking about, that shows and that develops. And I think it's the same thing with us here.
If someone say, I don't like Brussels sprouts, I'm like, I promise you, you will like our Brussels sprouts. If you don't like them, I'll buy them, I'll eat them, but I promise you like them, and they're just, because the key is frying Brussels sprouts. That's the way to make them amazing. And that they're served with some sopressata and oregano infused white balsamic, and they are amazing.
My favorite dish to eat here, if I'm gonna come and eat here, which would most likely be breakfast, is gonna be the barbacoa. It's cooked in chipotles. It cooks for 4 or 5 hours. So it's a very intense, flavorful piece of meat that we're cooking here. So pretty much we started with, you cut your meat, you sear it, you brace it, and then you shred it. And I don't know how to make it sound good. It's just, you have to try it.
Some of my favorite dishes that we're running right now are our braised short rib, and that's served with a red wine au jus, roasted garlic mashed potatoes, and asparagus.
A salmon salad at night. So it's like an entree salad. And we work that in with like frisee lettuce, quinoa. We go to the EVO store up the street from here, and we always tend to play around with different oils and vinegars.
The recipe for our Bloody Mary is actually the Bloody Mary mix. We make it in-house, and that recipe's been around since the start of the restaurant. And so I've just seen some restaurants, kind of Food Network and stuff, that are doing these kind of more extravagant Bloody Marys, and I'm like, we need something that people could basically sit down and just have the Bloody Mary for breakfast. Like, there's enough bacon and cheese and roasted jalapeno and all this stuff that it's a meal in itself.
Owner's favorite's really basic. Little ice. Little Leopold Silver Tree vodka. We got some blue cheese stuffed olives that we stuff ourselves. We shake them real hard because they want the ice crystals in there. And then just a real clean strain.
What makes this their favorite?
The real answer or like the joking answer? Well, the real answer I don't know, but the joking answer is because it's just a glass full of delicious vodka.
I think it's great that our guests see that, you know, wow, they're cooking it right now. They're baking that bread. And I like to do as much in-house as we can. It's local, it's fresh, and I love that she serves, you know, on her off days. And if someone raves about the toast, about the cinnamon raisin bread, it's like, it's actually your server who made it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, so they love that part of the story. There's a lot of great hidden gems in Littleton that you don't have to get a 10 o'clock reservation for. You don't have to wait 2 hours to get a cocktail. Like, there's great food and drink happening here. There's good art happening here. Multiple times a day we have people walk in and be like, how long have you guys been around for? Like, did you guys, it's like, no, we're going on 10 years next year. And like, oh my, they're just blown away that we've been here that long.